In this video, we use a laser and some other fun equipment to make two epic, colorful Christmas-themed Tic Tac Toe games.
To make these Tic Tac Toe games extra fun, we decorated the game pieces using an inexpensive heat press we purchased on Amazon and designs printed on some transfer paper. Now, we could have just engraved designs on the pieces, but by combining the heat transfer process with our laser, we were able to make something really unique. If this had been something we'd want to sell, using multiple manufacturing processes not only would make this stand out versus comparable products, but this also created a nice set of barriers to entry for competitors looking to do the same thing. In Adobe Illustrator, our in-house artist Sam created 4 designs for the game pieces to be used with the 2 boards. On one board, we wanted to feature Santa versus Snowman, on the other, Krampus versus Yule Cat.
If you're interested in making this, we'll make the template file available. Please see the description below to find out how to get it.
We laser cut the Tic Tac Toe boards on 1/8" MDF. The MDF was masked on both sides to avoid any surface burning. 2 layers were cut for the boards, and you'll see them assembled later in the video. For the game pieces, one set was cut on 1/4" MDF, and the other set on 1/4" acrylic. All of the laser cut pieces were peeled in preparation for painting and the heat transfer process. You can see Dave here using the paper mask to make quick work of peeling all of the pieces. The game boards were then sealed using a water-based sealer in preparation for painting. The game boards were given some light coats of spray paint in a matte red and green. Dave then used his trusty black Sharpie to darken up the insides of the game pieces rather than trying to carefully apply paint. When the game boards were dry, the tops and bottoms were glued together with E6000 glue. For the heat transfer part of this project, we printed the game piece designs on Magic Touch hard surface light paper using a Crio color laser printer. We'll share the links to these items in the description. This particular printer has a white toner cartridge for printing white, but you could also use a regular color laser or inkjet printer as well, depending on the transfer paper you purchase. The Santa and Snowman designs were printed with a white layer on top of the design so that when flipped over and transferred onto the MDF, the white layer would act as a backing for the design, and the print would be more opaque and really pop on the game piece. For the Krampus and Yule Cat game pieces, the transfer sheet was printed without white because we wanted to transfer them onto the back side of the acrylic, and our printer only has the ability to print the white layer on the top of the design. In a past business, we used to UV print on the back side of acrylic, which would print a color layer first and then lay down a white layer on top of it so that when you're looking through the acrylic, the print looks good. The transfer paper was taped to the game pieces with heat tape. I tried to avoid placing the tape directly over the design because it will often create a mark. I placed the first game pieces in the heat press one at a time and then peeled off the paper while they were still hot. As I became more confident with the process, I heat pressed more pieces together at the same time. I did my best to cut off the outer border because any part of the print will transfer onto the wood or acrylic.
Duh.
Unfortunately, I wasn't careful enough and transferred a little of the border onto one of the pieces. If I make these again, I would either make the border a little bigger so that there was no chance of it transferring onto the piece, or just do a regular box without the rounded corners and trim the transfer paper with the paper cutter to be more precise. Because we couldn't print white behind the game piece designs for the acrylic pieces, we taped the sides of the pieces with skinny heat transfer tape and spray painted the backs with a matte white paint. Doing this really makes the color transfer much more vibrant on the acrylic. For the MDF pieces, a matte clear coat was sprayed to protect the surfaces from use. I think these turned out really great. If we were to develop these games in a production environment and we're selling a lot of them, we'd probably streamline the process and use UV printing for the color decoration method. However, an inexpensive heat press combined with a color printer is a great way to enter this type of market or just create the fun one-off project.
Thanks for watching. There's a link in the description to join our Patreon for access to all the designs and files shown in our videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to get notified of future projects. We have more videos coming soon. Stay tuned.